Hi, church family. I'd like to take just a few minutes to update you on our plans for reopening. As you know, our desire is to do everything with a love for God and a love for our neighbor. And as we've sought to do that, as we've sought to discern the most faithful way to do that as a church, our staff has come together and prayed for wisdom. We've sought wise counsel from other church leaders and denominational leaders, and we've sought out the best information that we can gather from our government officials and from leaders in our healthcare community. As we've done that, we've put together a plan that we've been able to share with our trustees, our deacons, and our life group leaders. And while it's likely that we'll need to adjust this plan some in the days ahead, we believe it gives us a good framework for moving forward. Our reopening plan will progress through 3 stages. At this point, rather than be tied to fixed dates, our process will be driven based in large part on the community spread level gauged by our Tarrant County Public Health Department. Currently, the community spread level for our area is gauged at substantial, which is the highest on the scale. When that begins to move down, we will then move to stage 1. As the community spread level in our area goes down, we'll move to stage 1 of our reopening plan. Stage 1 will be defined by what we're calling restricted worship. During this time, our attendance will be limited to 100 people. We'll guard this by requesting reservations that you can submit online or by calling the church office. It's important to note that during this time of restricted worship, there'll be no ETC provided to preschoolers or their families. Our frontline group will continue to lead us in worship, and life groups will continue to meet remotely. After a period of evaluation in stage 1, we'll move forward to stage 2. This will be a time defined by what we're calling limited worship. We'll continue to request reservations during this time, but we'll be able to bump our attendance up to 150. At this time, ETC will be available by reservation only to preschooler families. Our front line will continue to lead us in worship, and life groups will now be able to meet off campus. When the community spread level drops to the lowest range, we'll move forward to stage 3. This will be a time where we return to full worship. Attendance can top out at over 200. We'll no longer be requesting reservations, and our ETC for preschoolers will be fully open. At this time, we'll begin moving forward to an expanded worship team, including some of the choir. And at this time also, our life groups will return to meeting on site on Sunday mornings. Now, as we move forward through this process, it's likely that we'll need to make some adjustments or revisions along the way. We'll be sure to let you know as those changes come. And one thing else that we would ask you to do to help us as we go forward, there's a survey that we have available that'll allow us to know how we can serve you during this time of transition. We'll put the link to that in this video. And if you would, go and fill out that survey, and that'll help us know how we can move forward together as a church family in the days ahead. Well, church family, I know that these have been challenging days for all of us, and I want to thank you for your faithfulness, for your patience, and for your prayers as we've tried to navigate our way through this season. And I also want to remind you that our God has continued to provide for our needs every step of the way. He's directed us in the way we should go. He's enabled us to continue carrying on His work. And we can trust that no matter what tomorrow holds, our God continues to hold our world completely, faithfully in His hands.